Hey everyone, Freebase here. Welcome to Freebase Watchlist. Today's session is on the stock market where we day trade, swing trade, and invest. So, to give you a little more info here, so the goal for Freebase is to help make sense of the markets so that we, can basically we share information with the public, investment information with our community, and we post watch lists every day in our chat room. Go ahead and take a look at click on the live chat. We'll post a link to our chat room right there in the comments and description of this video. So definitely go ahead and check that out. We post that every day before the market opens, so you can have an idea of what we're looking to trade, and we find that for the past year it's been super helpful for our clients and traders. So definitely take advantage of that. So we're going to take a look at the SPY like we normally do. We start off with the SPY. So SPY is pulling back, kind of like we had expected, and we essentially uh, were aiming towards this 465 level. We bounced off of that uh, during the day, intraday, but as you can see, we're actually gapping down to into the 465s and potentially pulling back again tomorrow. So the gap down is can be seen as bullish, whereas gap ups seem as bearish, right? Where profit taking can't happen at those levels, but we're gonna basically watch the 465 level really closely, and we'll basically anticipate a bounce off of the 465 for potential continuation to the upside. But definitely pretty good consolidation, and it was kind of a wedge breakdown, but we're still above these local highs and above the 465. Looks pretty good on the spot. So we're definitely going to continue to have that on watch as we move forward and trade the volatility. So we're just going to now run through some of the tickers that we're looking at, some that we either have positions in or we're looking to take advantage of over the next couple days here. So first we'll start with KPLT. KPLT is a fintech company, finance, and had a massive breakout today on good earnings. So we're potentially looking for a continuation. We're looking for the re-break of $6. There's a short-term target of $7 on KPLT for us, but just a massive day today. Again, over 67 million shares traded. So we're looking for some continuation out of this area and potentially into this gap. So the gap. It closes at 9:32, so the multi-day move out of KPLT is definitely possible. So we'll definitely continue to play this to the upside. But really nice trade today, and again we're looking for a continuation. AMD. So sell off from the 155 level, pulled back with the SPY, so the overall market was down, but you're still in a nice position here. I mean, yes, this was a $10 drop, but it was a healthy drop and a healthy bounce back to the 150 level. 150 is acting as resistance, so we're gonna continue to watch this new level here at 150 for the break and the potential upside. There are a couple catalysts on AMD, so we're still pretty bullish on it. But if we pull back here, we could play to the downside at the break of 140 with the goal of like the 135 level. But we don't foresee uh, that much downside in AMD right now with a nice positive catalyst. But again, we'll play it accordingly. So this is a relatively new ticker for us. This is QUBT, Quantum Computing. They had a deal with, I believe it was BMW that was announced this morning. Massive pop and then a nice rip out of the gates here. So that was on our watch list, and we definitely took advantage of this. Again, go ahead into our chat room and post. We post different trades. Again, our watch list is up every day. So before the market opened, this would have been on your radar. And again, it had a pretty good day. We're looking for a continuation moving forward with a test of the $9 level out of QUBT, quantum computing. Here is an earnings name. This is PUBM, PubMatic. They had a nice response out of the earnings report, and not a lot of selling after the earnings call. There is going to be some resistance up here in the 40s, but we're definitely going to keep this on watch for tomorrow for sure, just for potential continuation. So $35 is a potential downside bounce area. So again, we're going to be watching it on both ends, but now that it's in the 40s, you have this area here around 45 would probably be the target, and so we look for the test of 44 most likely tomorrow on a continuation. Some more earnings. We had TOST, TOST. This is a relatively new ticker. There's their POS for restaurants, and they had kind of a mixed reaction after earnings. So we'll look for volatility on this tomorrow. The $60 level is very intriguing. So we'll watch it at the break of 59, maybe even 58, and potentially that this move up over this high, and the test to maybe $65. So that is TOST, TOST. Next, RBLX, we talked about yesterday. The squeeze was over $1.05, and that's exactly what happened. So that was the potential here for the bounce off of $90 level. It did that perfectly, and then you had some consolidation in the morning, and into later morning, you had this breakout to the test of this high at 105, and you had a nice bounce off of VWAP and then a rip to the upside. So we'll be looking at RBLX for a continued squeeze before that potential downside to the break below or around that $90 level, a little bit into that gap that was kind of created today. So for now, we'll play it to the upside, but tomorrow with the potentially being a red day, you can look for some consolidation and maybe some selling here, and for a short-term trade, that's definitely there. So again, we'll be playing the volatility to the upside and the downside on RBLX. So we have Krispy Kreme here, DNUT. DNUT is it's been kind of beat up. I mean, we're looking for about $15 on DNUT. I think that the 1450 level is a good area to test tomorrow, and that squeeze up to around 15. But this is definitely a $20 stock, so we're going to look for some indications of continuation, but we'll play the volatility after earnings tomorrow. Not that great in terms of the kind of inability for it to break this 1420 level and maybe get to like 1425. But again, that does leave more room for us to potentially take this to the upside. So we'll look for that tomorrow on Krispy Kreme, DNUT. BSFC, so we had a pop and a drop, but a pretty massive pop right after hours. So we now know that this can be volatile pretty quickly. Obviously, a lot of selling, This is Blue Star Foods Group, BSFC, and the now we have a new target of about $5. So 490 is essentially a bounce area. So we'll take a look at this first thing in the morning and see if there are any opportunities there. Again, a lot of selling, so not attractive for a bigger move, but this is a $4 stock, so a dollar move is pretty significant, right? So then it's could be about 20%. But to get from the 4 to 5, we definitely can see some volatility there and some buying based on some of the good news that just came out on the SFC. Here we are with a penny play, pure penny play, so under $1. This is METX. There's pretty nice flags, breakouts, and we have this new downward wedge here that it broke out of and hit that 75% level. We'd probably be looking for around $1 on this, but it is holding a nice uptrend from that bounce, and it seems to be squeezing. It squeezed up to 75 cents in after hours, so we'll look for a continuation towards that dollar level tomorrow on METX. So there are a couple levels here, but again, we'll wait for confirmation before we look for this gap to be touched or filled. But there's definitely potential here to the upside with some news on METX. Next, we have LIDR. This was on our list this morning as well. Pretty nice day. As you can see, you have this curl that's happening. It's almost like a makeshift cup and handle, but not really. But let's just call it a curl here. So you have this pretty good news on it recently. It was kind of caught in the the metaverse talk and the LIDR kind of radar talk over the past few days, and pretty much for the past 2 weeks. You had a massive squeeze to $9, so everyone's looking up on this. $7 the next level, but we were looking for around 7 today. We got pretty close to 682, so we're looking for a continuation on here. So the next level again is 7 on LIDR. LIDR. But yeah, so this is again a metaverse play at LIDR. All right, next is VVPR. So VIVOPOWER is looking good. It's on light volume, so we're looking for the break of 550. After 550, there's a couple more levels to the upside. This is a solar and EV catalyst company, so there's definitely some potential here. Stocks again been pretty beat up, but we're looking for, now that we're into this in breaking out of this wedge, we're looking for these horizontals to start to be broken. So the VPR is definitely on watch. All right, so a couple tickers here that we're watching pretty closely. DKNG, we're not so great earnings, but we're looking for continued consolidation here and the start of that curl. So as soon as we get confirmation on this curl, we'll look for the $48 level to be retested, and so we'll be looking for some trades there on DKNG. Netflix kind of had a weak bounce over the past couple days after that massive run up, and now it's just selling off. There were some news around gaming for Netflix. So I think that's now live on Android, and so we're going to be, got some new buyers coming in here. So we're looking for the start of this continuation of this curl, and some more horizontals to be broken on Netflix. And lastly, PayPal. So PayPal, we're looking for the $200 level to be this new line in the sand or support, and that already started. So, however, with some weakness in the market, don't be surprised if PayPal breaks down below 199, and if it does, then you have 195 as the next psychological level. But again, this is really an accumulation area. PayPal is not having the best time retaining subscribers, users. They have obviously Venmo and a couple others, but one of the things that we talked about is the fact that their eBay business isn't really what it used to be, given that eBay allows for other platforms to be used for payments, to be made. So that's something to definitely think about with PayPal. And it's more of an incumbent. I know it's a technology company, do have some catalysts coming up, but those catalysts need to kind of play out and allow this to move back up towards the 280s. And definitely feel that PayPal is a $300 stock, and one to watch with it. So right now it's probably more of an accumulation phase where you can either be dollar cost averaging or starting a position. But Square has, in our opinion, can move to the upside a lot quicker than PayPal at the moment. So the 235 level is a short-term target on Square. So those are kind of have been moving neck and neck, but PayPal is obviously a little bit behind Square at this point, just in relation to current times and technologies and things of that nature. Obviously, Square has Cash App, PayPal has Venmo, but Cash App has a lot more functions, and it's a lot widely used than Venmo for a few different reasons. But yeah, so that is it for us at Freebase. Thanks for tuning in to Freebase Watch List. Please click the link in the description and follow us on all social media platforms. We're at Freebase everywhere. And in our chat room, you'll have the watch list posted before the market opens, so you'll know exactly what we're looking to trade. And we even have other services where you can have live trade alerts, and we can also take a look at your portfolio and things that you're looking to trade. And there's a lot more to come, so stay tuned. Again, thanks for tuning in. Have a great one.